Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov emphasizes need to prevent resumption of hostilities in Libya. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, the parties to the conflict and external players are taking steps to make sure that the Libyan Political Dialogue Forum becomes a sustainable platform and paves the way for specific agreements. There is a need to encourage the parties to the Libyan conflict to build dialogue, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov said at a joint press conference with top diplomat of Libya's government of national accord Mohammed Syala on Wednesday. I agree that there is a need to encourage the parties to build dialogue and oppose attempts to return to the bellicose rhetoric, let alone resume military activities, Lavrov pointed out. According to the Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, the parties to the conflict and external players are taking steps to make sure that the Libyan Political Dialogue Forum becomes a sustainable platform and paves the way for specific agreements. There currently are two governments in Libya, the internationally recognized Government of National Accord, GNA, headed by Fayez al-Sarraj, and a cabinet based in the country's east, which has the support of the Libyan National Army, LNA, led by putschist Khalifa Haftar. In the spring of 2019, Haftar launched an offensive on Tripoli, claiming that its liberation from terrorists was the goal. The GNA requested Turkey's support based on a defense cooperation memorandum and managed to regain control of some territories seized by Haftar. Participants in the Libyan Political Dialogue Forum held in Tunisia in November 2020 decided that the country would hold its presidential and parliamentary elections on December 24, 2021. Russia's negative response to Haftar's call for war. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov said efforts to return to military action should be hampered by a call for war preparation by Khalifa Haftar, the leader of the illegitimate forces in eastern Libya. Lavrov and Libyan Foreign Minister Mohammed Taha Syala held a press conference after their talks in the capital Moscow. Assessing Khalifa Haftar's call for war preparation, the leader of the illegitimate forces in eastern Libya, Lavrov said, "It is necessary to encourage all sides to have a dialogue and block efforts to return to war rhetoric, especially military actions," said. The cooperation between Russia and Turkey on this issue has enabled the parties in Libya and the neighbors of this country to participate in the Berlin Conference, Lavrov said, recalling that Turkey and Russia held talks in the capital Moscow on the solution of the Libyan issue. This, in turn, led to the adoption of the document on Libya. He made his assessment. Referring to the situation in the Middle East and North Africa, Lavrov noted that there is a potential for conflict in these regions. This is a result of the geopolitical experiments of the West, which is trying to take advantage of the processes of the Arab Spring, he commented. There are risks that the political solution to this issue will fail, Lavrov said of the Palestinian issue. The situation here is very serious. As in other cases, in this case, the leadership role of the United Nations is needed for the resumption of direct negotiations between the Palestinians and Israelis, he said. We warn the parties to avoid efforts to reignite the war, Libyan Foreign Minister Mohammed Taha Syala said, noting that the National Reconciliation Government, GNA, in Libya is responsible for protecting the capital Tripoli and all cities of the country, he said. Pointing to the importance of protecting civilians in Libya and continuing the ceasefire process, Mohammed Taha Syala stressed that the United Nations Security Council, UNSC, is also responsible for this. This visit was a little late, Mohammed Taha Syala recalling that the Egyptian delegation visited Tripoli. We wanted the Egyptians to be at the same distance to all sides in Libya from the beginning. In this context, those who want the Libyan issue to be resolved by war should review their position and help ensure trust between the Libyan parties and remove foreign armed elements from the country, he said.